Now, did you do this to this car back here?
No, I didn't. Surprisingly, I didn't, because normally I'm not a great driver, so on an average basis, I probably would do that to a car, so I didn't do it to that car.
Were there genuine moments? So to me, it sounded like the next week of my life.
Actually, mostly he was driving, and I'm not going to lie, I was a little scared when he drove, but it was great. I had a great time, and it was so much fun.
You want to get in there?
So I didn't have to be...
What a crazy 24 hours. That was like a fun night out.
It was fun. It was good. I had Taylor, my cousin, actually visited me, so it was good that I had her with me. And it was cool that it was actually in New York. I've never been to New York, and I mean, to win it in New York is great.
Well, you've been hot. Do you ever feel like things are just right on track for you? Do you get a sense of that?
No, because I still feel like people ask me the most ridiculous questions when I'm just trying to do what I love.
I've read all the bad things.
Actually, working with someone like Ethan was a little reward because it was almost a tribute to everything that I don't want to be a part of. So it was great for me to actually step out of that.
Obviously, you're really talented. But this guy he's a guy that plays by his own rules, plays his own fun, maybe he's a great actor.
Yes.
Is that difficult to go on set?
No, I mean, he doesn't want to admit it, but he's actually been a mentor to me because he says stories about the sets that he's been on and experiences that he's, been with the best of the best. So honestly, I feel like it's been great to work with someone like him. He's given me words of wisdom without him knowing he'll tonight. Honestly, I'm very proud of Vanessa, so I definitely want to say that too. It's good because we kind of have the same mentality. We just want to take roles that will challenge us, that people won't necessarily think that we would play. So being able to work opposite of John and it's just been such an incredible whirlwind, and it's been good for me, so I'm excited.
You were just talking about him as a mentor. Talk to me about that.
He's told me a lot of stories. He's been in it a lot longer than I have, so he knows how to work the game, and he knows what to go through and everything. So he gives me really good advice, and he doesn't realize it, but I'm giving him a hard time in the interviews.
I want to do a separate thing about. I'm saying that you are the next J.Lo Will Smith because you are one of right, girl? One of very few people that have succeeded in music and film. It's not easy.
Yeah.
How does that feel after last night and being accepted in both worlds?
I don't know, because to be honest, I really didn't think I was going to win. I was with Taylor, and she held my hand, and I was like, Taylor, stop, I'm not going to win. I literally said that to her, and I'm watching. And the boys, beautiful One Direction, they're not bad to look at, and they're looking, and they said my name, and I looked at Taylor, and it was surreal because I do put so much work into my music, but there's so much talk of everything, and I did put my heart and soul into it, so I was really excited that I won, and it was great.
Are you going to take a break now from music? Is that what I heard?
I mean, I'm a girl, so I changed my mind a lot, and we'll see where my mind and my heart takes me, but I do want to kind of get into film a little bit more, because I just feel like I want to get better at it, so we'll see. I wanted to do like a fun action movie, but I knew that I wasn't physically ready for it, because I'm not going to lie, it does require a lot of movement, but it was interesting that the entire movie based in a car, because we had to do, 10 pages of dialogue in a car, and we were restricted, and I'd look at Ethan every now and then, and I'd be like a little stale, and he'd bring us out of the car, and he would gonna shake us out of it, so it was good for me. It was like training in a way, so I was super stoked, and I'm glad that I had him. I don't know what I'd do.
As soon as you got in the car, did you have a feel for speed, like, Ethan, move over, I need to drive a little bit?
No, I was not. I'm the opposite driver. I was like, will you please slow down, because I'm not ready for this. So he was actually a very good driver, but I'm not the best driver, so I was a little scared, not gonna lie.
Now, if you had the chance to choose anyone to be your driver to go on a getaway, who would be your driver?
Well, it depends on what kind of vacation I'm looking for. Saw Drake last night, thought that was pretty great, so I'm not gonna lie, that would be nice. But I honestly like a good girls trip, that'd be fun.
Now, were you there for any of the stunts that were performed on the set?
Did you take a look? No, absolutely. I think I'm too sensitive for that stuff, and I actually would like to try my own stunts, but they know me too well that I don't think I'd do a good job. You know those ones that keep you on the edge of the seat? And it's also very emotional, but you're just more entertained. I feel like this is that movie. because it's when I filmed it and I was with Ethan, there were moments where it was very stale because we were in the car and it was almost like a block, so we had to get out of the car and shake it out. But when you watch the final edit, I was nervous the entire time. So honestly, I think it's a thriller. It just kind of keeps you on the edge of the seat. It's a fun movie.
So tell me a little, I know you've been asked this before, but choosing adult roles now, coming out of the Disney mold, are you more cognizant of the roles you choose, especially since you have so many young fans?
I think it's a very tricky thing to do, but the wonderful thing that I love about my job is that it's, at the end of the day, it's a character that I get to play. So I feel like sometimes the media doesn't give my fans enough credit because they're smarter than they think they are. So they know how to separate who I am in real life and who I am as a character. So it's been good to see the difference of like having the media and my fans give me opinions because it's actually really fun. But honestly, I'm very cautious of the roles I take, and it's been good for me. It really has.
Let's talk about the music, because I can't go anywhere, like, when I'm out over the weekend. Sometimes I'll see him, and your song is playing, like, in every club, it's playing every year. The success of the new record is, what do you make, why do you think people are just, like, loving the record?
I love music that makes people move. I want to make people physically move and enjoy the record, so when I go into making your record, I think, okay, when I was young, who the best of the best was? That was Britney, that was Janet, that was Christina. I wanted to feel a little bit of that, but modern, so I wanted to make it like people wanted to learn the dance moves and know what it was, so I really wanted to put everything into this record, and I'm glad people are enjoying it. Fortunately, I'm not a good driver, and Ethan is, and I was terrified of his driving in the beginning, so I'm actually glad that I experienced it because I'm a very slow driver and I'm very cautious, so I'm not the one that should be in this movie or in the driver's seat.
And tell us about your character.
It's good. I wanted to play something that was really different. I feel like it's too easy for me to take on a role that could be the same role that I've played for years. I want to be something that's completely different, and she was such a badass, and I was attracted to that in a way. She knew a lot about technology and cars, and I thought that was so cool, so I was super stoked to take on this role.
I'm so taking the red eye last night.
I did.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Good.
It was good. Honestly, I actually was really impressed with Lady Gaga. Not that I should be impressed because she's absolutely stunning, but it was really crazy. I was watching it and it was crazy. We were all being run backstage, back and forth, and it was really great to actually catch her because it was great.
And in the movie, you're kidnapped.
Yes.
So has that ever happened to you being carjacked, or?
No. I mean, I've been in situations with people that I'm not really familiar with, but I'm super laid back. Actually, Ethan and I talked about what we would do if we were actually in this situation in real life. And to be honest, I don't think we'd both handle it pretty well. He'd be great, but I would be crying the whole time and be like figuring out what was happening.
I know you said recently that after your tour wrapped, you're going to focus more on acting.
Yeah.
All of your fans are dying to know if you're still attached to 13 Reasons Why.
Maybe 5.
Yes.
You are, so is this
I
still
am.
happening?
Yes, it's a very, because I'm very hard, and my mom is as well, with books, it's very hard to translate them. So we want to make sure that it's absolutely perfect before I do anything, whether it's TV or film. So I absolutely love that project and I want to be a part of it, but it's hard to kind of pick which one I want to do. You know?
Thank you guys.
What did you think of Miley last night? Did you pick up any dance moves?
It was very intense. I had a great time, and Ethan was he was a very great driver. I was terrified, but it was really fun for me to actually feel how he would drive in the situation he'd be in. So being in the passenger seat, it was fun for me as an actress to take me to that place where I'd be if I was in that situation.
Success could be very overwhelming by your age, but how do you keep your feet on the ground and stay healthy?
I have good people around me. I am a strong believer in you are who you surround yourself with. And I say that on stage when I tour, it's all about the people that you have around you. So I have really a great family, good friends, and I don't know, I just try to do things that push me as an artist. Honestly, things like this. I think it's genuinely too easy to be a part of movies that it could be, I don't know, the princessy role or the cliche teen role, and it's very easy for me to be a part of that because I'm in that category. So it's fun for me to actually take on a role that people don't really expect. I got to play a real badass for this movie, which was awesome. So I got to be like a girl that dyed her hair black and knew a lot about cars and technology, and that genuinely excites me. I think if you're not pushing yourself as an artist, you're not really going anywhere. So it's been really fun for me to actually take on roles that make me uncomfortable and that push me. So it's good.
And I know, go ahead, Selena. Now, the thing I really love about this movie is that the viewers, we get to hear this mysterious voice played by John Boyd, telling these characters to do some really ridiculous things.
Right.
Now, thinking about your personal career or acting career, has there ever been a moment where someone asked you to do something, you were like, are you kidding?
I mean, that's probably every day, to be honest. But I genuinely, I mean, I think that's the excitement of the film, is being able to have like this really creepy voice tell you what to do in a way. So it was great because I do apply that a little bit in my real life, but at the same time, it's what we do in our own life. So it's great to kind of play a little bit of what we do in our real life and putting it into our fake life.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody on this end right over here. Hey guys, back over here please for me. And on the end over here, everybody.